I like solving problems, Commander. And Enigma is the most difficult problem in the world.
No, Enigma isn't difficult, it's impossible. The Americans, the Russians, the French, the Germans, everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable.
Good. Let me try, and we'll know for sure, won't we?
Gentlemen, meet Mr. Turing.
We to work together then. I'm afraid these men would only slow me down.
Popular at school, were you?
You know, I learned more about him than I should have had to learn, really. We should all know about Alan Turing. We should all know that he's the father of the computer age, computer science, an extraordinary philosopher who worked in artificial intelligence and morphogenesis and other extraordinary fields. He made real his ideas through brilliant teams of experts, mechanics and technicians, but you know, he was there, and you learn all of that about someone and you think, why on earth is this man not celebrated, not just as a gay cultural icon, but also as a scientist that should be with Darwin and Newton on a banknote, on a currency note, in my opinion, in England. And someone who should be on the front cover of history books for what he achieved and what he stands for, by a thread. In short, I mean, it's a dangerous presumption to walk into a room and think, yeah, everyone knows who I am. But I do still use public transport, never the bus, but I do use, I use the tube, I use the underground, metro. I do poodle around on a motorbike as well, so I've got a big old helmet of anonymity there. Alan Turing, definitely. People often ask me what I'd ask him. I mean, I'd have to probably get him drunk and then I'd ask him a lot of questions. I would ask him where he most needed love and where he felt he least had love in his life. I would ask him what he thought of as being either autistic or having Asperger's, as is often the case with people seeing the film. I think he's far from that, and I don't mean to depict those qualities. Yes, he's a different mind, and he thinks laterally, and he has trouble assimilating relationships and being in groups, but when you slowly unravel the mystery of the man at the same time as Enigma's unraveling, you realize that he's someone who's been a very sensitive man who's been served very harshly by a cruel world. Who else would I want to get drunk with, though? Who else could I bring to the party with Alan? It'd be nice to have a natter with Florence Nightingale. I don't know how keen she would be to get drunk, but she saw a few things. Mary Curie would be good. None of it, really. I've had a really good time, I have to say, so far. I mean, it's early, but it's just great to be included in this great raft of talent and product, and you know, I've had a ball. I really have. I've had a really good time. I suppose the hard thing is literally grabbing enough time to eat and sleep properly, which can be tricky when your metabolism and brain and everything is all over the place from jet lag and being on one coast or another, or home, in my case, England. I try to eat to the time I'm going to, so my body gets in that rhythm. I try to sleep on the plane no matter what, actually, just whether it's the midday or whatever, just so that I feel reasonably refreshed when I step off the flight, because and drink a lot of water, and not drink any alcohol or coffee, or not have any pudding, anything rich. I often fail at all of those things, but I try. I mean, I'm lucky. I turn left, and you can get quite overexcited about what's offered you. Some vintage champagne? No, I can't. I'm not drinking. I mean, what? It's vintage champagne. No, I'm really fine. It's Dom Perignon. Yes, please. It's impossible. It's impossible when you're that spoiled.